Hello friends. So in this Target bag here sitting next to my desk are all of the fun, exciting things that I purchased today in my half price book haul. And I am so excited to share them with you. So I'm going to go ahead on and get myself set up and we will have a look at what is in the bag. Okay guys, before I get started, I have been wanting this David bust vase for as long as from the first moment I saw it enter the scene. I saw there was some artists that actually use it to store paintbrushes in, and I have just been wanting this for the longest. So last week, my youngest sister Tiff, she came over for a visit. She stopped by me for a visit, and she came over with a big box of crumble cookies, something I really didn't need, but I enjoyed every last one of them, and and this was in the bag, and when I pulled it out I was so excited. My sister knows me so well. I never mentioned that I wanted this, but it's something that I always kept in my Amazon cart. I'll put it in my cart, and you know how you put something in your cart and you hit save for later. It's even in one of my saved, stored as one of my saved items on Amazon. So when she came and she had this, I was just floored. This is something I have been wanting for so long, and I am just so grateful for her for this. And the flowers that you see in here, that's the flowers that I showed in one of my previous videos that my nephew gave me. I normally dry my roses better when okay, so this is an example. I normally do a much better job of drying my roses. At the first sign of them beginning to droop, I pull them out of their original vase and I will turn them upside down and let them dry so that this is the end result. But I was so excited to display these roses inside of this vase that I kind of turned them right side up a little earlier than I should have. But the end result, the way they are looking and how they are kind of drooping over David's head, I do like the effect of it. And this is not the finished product because I'm most likely going to get some pampas grass or some of the feather sprigs or something to go in here as well, and I may add a few more dried roses to it. If I do so, I will probably cut the stems of these because the stems are a little too long to go in there, and I may, and once I do have the finished product, I'll show it to you again. This is another example of some of the roses that I have dried. So normally with most of my roses, I try to dry them in order to preserve them and be able to display them longer. But I just love this vase. It's sitting right next to my desk. This is what I call my little wing table that's right next to my desk. My desk is here, and I'll store extra things that can't fit on my desk here on my wing table, or sometimes if I'm showing things and I'm sitting at my desk, it is easier for me to access it from having it right here at my side, and then I can bring it right to my desk to show it to you guys. But let's go ahead on and get on with this video. Okay guys, first up is this Bob Ross mug. It is called a self-painting mug. And this is one of the items that I have been eyeing for quite some time. at Half Price Books. Half Price Books has a lot of nice novelty items. When you go in there, same as like a Barnes and Noble books, there's the books, and then there's like the novelty items that you can look into as well. Well, this is one of the items that I have been eyeing for quite some time. And I was happy that I didn't purchase it when I first saw it, because today when I went in there, I saw that the price was reduced to $6. So the unique thing about this mug is it is one of the items that operates from hot and cold. It's a plain black canvas, and supposedly once hot liquid is put into the mug, it will show the image. So I think before we get started, I fully get started with the video, I'll show you how, we'll see together if this painting will emerge once I make my coffee. So let's head on over to the kitchen and test this out. Okay, guys, when I say that you have most likely seen the best purchase of the entire haul, I have been wanting this mug for so long, and I am elated that I finally decided to just go ahead on and purchase it. I know you can feel my excitement through this phone screen, but this is the Bob Ross mug, and I'm going to be getting some use out of this one. I'm also going to put this barcode here, try to pause it and put it here. You can screenshot it, because if you're watching this on your tablet, you can pull it up on different sites with your phone and scan this barcode to see if you can find it, if you were interested in this mug. But Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this one. Okay, guys, up next, I have here a great Bible verse a day. And what this is a notepad of 365 quotes to inspire you all year long. So at the bottom of each page, this is a notepad and it has different verses from the Bible. This first one here is choose for yourselves this day whom you will serve. But my as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. And that is from Josiah, chapter 24, verse 15. And there are different quotes throughout the entire pad. And as it states, this is 365 pages, and this can be used. And the way I plan to use this is I will tear each page out as I use them and insert them inside of my journal. Or maybe if I feel like it's something that may inspire someone else, I may write a little note on the page and tear it out and give it to them. But I thought that this was a very unique item, and I did not want to just leave it in because this was the only one I saw in the store. I didn't want to leave it and then come back and it was no longer there. So I'm pretty excited about this purchase as well. So up next is something that I have shown to you in a previous video before. Only difference being this one today was on sale for half price. So I decided to pick this pack up. This was the one I showed to you in the previous video. And since I did not open this in the previous video, I guess I'll go ahead on and open it and show it to you guys. I like to keep the notebooks intact until I'm ready to use them, but I can put a rubber band or something on them to show them to you. And this is the the Harry Potter Ravenclaw notebook collection. And this is what the inside cover looks like. And I could never have too many notebooks. So, and then I saw that they were on sale. Look at this stunning blue. I love this. And I consider myself a Ravenclaw just because I love the color blue, basically. I didn't give a good look at the inside cover here. And the covers match on both sides. And these are Insights notebooks. Insights do pretty well with making these eye-catching type of notebooks. So that is the Harry Potter Ravenclaw collection. And I saw that these were on sale for half price last week. It was two packs on the shelf actually, but I decided to pass them up. And when I saw only one was left, I said, no, I'm just going to go ahead on and get it. And I picked up the last one that was there on the shelf. Up next, I have the only novel I purchased in today's haul, and it is Shakespeare and the Invention of the Human by Harold Bloom. And on the inside flap, it reads, in this landmark work, the culmination of a lifetime of reading, writing about, and teaching Shakespeare, Harold Bloom once again demonstrates that he is the preeminent literary critic of our time. Shakespeare, The Invention of the Human, is an expansive, hugely ambitious, passionate, and convincing analysis of the central work of the Western canon and of the playwright who not only invented the English language, but also, as Bloom argues, created human nature as we know it today. Before Shakespeare, there was characterization. After Shakespeare, there were characters, men and women capable of change with highly individual personalities. Bloom leads us through a comprehensive reading of every one of Shakespeare's plays, beginning with the original or your Hamlet, which, against current scholarship, he attributes to Shakespeare, and ending with Shakespeare's mysterious abandonment of his art after the two noble kinsmen. He charts each breakthrough in human characterization, starting with Falconbridge, the in King John, Morsudo in Romeo and Juliet, and Bottom in A Midsummer Night's Dream, and culminating in the unrivaled creations of Falstaff, Hamlet, Iago, Cleopatra, Macbeth, Rosalind, and Lear. As we are made aware of the distinctive features of Shakespeare's most fully realized characters, Falstaff's wit, Hamlet's extraordinary intellect, Macbeth's prolific imagination, Lear's capacity for love, Cleopatra's theatrically, Igor's genius for writing with the lives of others, we come to sense Shakespeare's own obsession. An insightful and deeply moving portrait emerges of the enigmatic playwright who Bloom maintains created us. Shakespeare, the invention of the human, is a brilliant companion to Shakespeare's work, and just as much as inquiry into what it means to be human. It explains why Shakespeare has remained our most popular and unrivaled dramatist for more than 4 centuries. And in helping us to better understand ourselves through Shakespeare, it restores the role of the literary critic to one of the central importance in our culture. So the main reason I picked this one up is because I think it will be a great companion in reading Shakespeare. I have a lot of Shakespeare's work. I have not read all of it, not nearly, but I will take a deep dive into this book, and this will help me understand a lot of the work much better. So up next, guys, I have here the official Bob Ross coloring book, The Colors of the Four Seasons. And this is my second coloring book based off of Bob Ross's work. This was the first one. I showed this one in a video further back, but I love his work. And yes, I have another Bob Ross book, but this one, it gives you a layout of the images that are in the book, and then the paintings themselves. Some of them even have some of his quotes on the backs of the pages. And here we go with this one. This one is based on, well, the majority of his work is based on landscapes, but seasonal landscapes, like they have the different seasons. This one will graduate from season to season. Like I just saw spring. So this will be another fun one to get into. Okay. And let's move on to the next. Oh, let me show you the back. And you can pause and read, get the glare off. And let's move on to the next item. So up next, this one, when I picked it up, I really didn't think I was going to get this book because, for one, the cover of it, it kind of it grabbed my attention, but it kind of threw me off a little bit. But as I flipped through the book, this book gives very, very insightful information on shading, coloring. I mean, and look at the detail from start to finish. Well, I'll show you from start. From start to finish. And I just love stuff like this. I love books when they are this informative. And not only is it extremely, extremely informative, but it's very interactive as well. Look at this. I mean, it's highly instructional, and it goes into extreme detail from start to finish on each piece. I love it. I just love this. And then when you get to the back, this is the interactive part where there is a color wheel. There's space for a color wheel, the color testing areas. You can make signature cards here. And then there's a numerous amount of pages here to do color charts. So I thought that this was very, very nice. This was something that is extremely new to me, and I am happy to have this in my art library. So up next, I have really been wanting to get into nature journaling lately. I love the concept of nature journaling, and it's just something that I've been thinking a lot about doing. I have here, just this week, I was looking at this notebook, and this is a notebook that I actually purchased from Dollar Tree. The quality of it, the fact that it's stitched, you wouldn't even think that this notebook came from Dollar Tree. But I purchased this from Dollar Tree, and I wanted to use this as my nature journal because there is a lot of different things that I see going on around me, like even rocks that I pick up. There's these little, what you call them, chameleons, no, geckos that run around, the little lizards that almost look like tiny alligators. And it's just different things like that that I want to actually document inside of this journal. And I will most likely do them as 2-page spreads, sketch out the picture of them. And if I'm able to take a realistic picture of them, if they're not moving too fast, include the realistic picture of them, the date that I saw, what I saw, and then write a little dictation about whatever it is. And I want to do them all in a 2-page spread. So I found it very inspiring when I walked into the one of the first areas I always go in is the artist book areas. So I pulled this off of the shelf, and when I show you the image quality in this book, and this the only thing that was done to it. I don't like when the pages are cut, but most likely someone had their personal information here and they cut it out before they donated the book or sold the book to the half-price bookstore. But the details that are in these illustrations, and I will be very well educated on things like artists equipment, materials, just the fundamentals of what's needed for art. This was even sketched. I really appreciate that. It's not just a picture. These were sketched, and I just love stuff like that. There are nice color plates in here. Very beautiful color plates. Oh, skipped one. Flowers, and that's why I say I want to include, when I do my nature journal, it will include everything like flowers, different flowers that I have to research to see what they are, different animals that I see, and what season I'm in when I'm seeing them. I actually did a painting of a red-winged blackbird before. This is just so nice. The education of these supplies, as well as going into the animals and their scenery. Beautiful flowers, beautiful. And this will also help me to be well educated on, if I see something I can relate to this book. Is this it? It looks something like this. I've seen these. It's not this one. This that snake looking one. I think that looks kind of shiny. Let me see if I see the one that I was trying to explain. I don't see it there. They're kind of like, they're these lizards that kind of almost look like an alligator. This looks like a regular lizard. Salamander, that's the other one. But it's not the one that I see. It looks a little rougher. Look at this. This is stunning. I love this. And then this right here tells you the difference in the bees. The queen, the worker, the drone. This is amazing. This right here is showing, okay, so it's educating. This must be, I haven't read this yet. So it looks like they're educating us on the techniques used to draw this beetle, because it's showing light stippling here, medium weight stippling here, and then a heavier shade of stippling here. So this is something I'm going to really, really enjoy reading. Some of my books I'd be wanting to bring with me to work, but I don't like books like this. I don't want to take a chance throwing them in my work bag, because then I will put a lot of wear and tear on it. I may decide to get like a large traveler's notebook cover or something that I can store stuff like this in, because when I'm at work, it would be nice to just, when I'm on my lunch break, be able to sit and look at stuff like this. I bring my novels with me sometimes, and one of them I have kind of beat up a little bit. This is why some people prefer to use ebooks, but that's the chance you take when working a job like mine, and I'm moving around a lot and have my nice things in my backpack. But look at this. This is such a nice book. And when I did notice that this book is a Dover publication, so that's why it's such a fascinating book, because Dover makes really, really nice books. And I will put this here. Let me make sure it's in frame so that you can pause and read. Sorry about the glare. I'm trying to get it off as much as I can. But yeah, this is Illustrating Nature, How to Paint and Draw Plants and Animals. Up next, I am excited about this little find here. And before I get into this one, I just want to acknowledge my sister Kim, because I was not going to go book shopping today, and she sponsored my book trip, and she said, go get yourself some books. So that's the reason I just went ahead on today and went to the bookstore and got myself some books. So this one is called Hummers. And I wasn't excited about the price for such a little book, but it's such a unique find that I just went ahead and picked it up. And when you see the inside of this book, you will see why. This gives a awesome description of everything about hummingbirds. The copyright date on this book is 1987. And it is called Hummers, Hummingbirds of North America. So, glimmers of the past, and the illustrations, I'm assuming these are watercolor illustrations that are throughout the book with the write-ups about the hummingbirds. This also looks like which it is, a little field journal, a nature journal. And it's giving descriptions of all types of hummingbirds. This is the skeletal makeup of the hummingbird. This is gonna be such a fun book. I may be able to flip through the whole book to show you guys. I am so excited about this little book. And I was always fascinated with little tiny books like this size and smaller when I was a kid. I used to like to make little bitty tiny books just to have stuff like this. And this is actually a brand of hummingbird food. So I'm wondering if this was sponsored by the brand, the hummingbird brand of food, most likely. Because this one right here is the only one that has like a full 2-page spread. So they must have been selling the hummingbird feeders and the food. Guys, always when you see that one thing that stands out and you're like, you're trying to consider whether or not you want it, and then you walk away from it and you go back and you never see it again, don't do that to yourself. That's torture. If you see it, it was meant for you to see it, get it. There's a hummingbird called Lucifer. Ruby-throated. This seems like a very popular one. And then if you look, it'll tell you the type of hummingbird, and it's also highlighting the areas where that specific bird is found. So these are mainly found in Mexico and look like they may have little dots on the map of other places, but it's mainly showing Mexico. Yeah, there's little small dots. Look like here. It's not, it looks like it's Texas, but it's not Texas. It's further off, and then all the way up. There's a few small red dots. More that are mainly found in Mexico. Oh, a hummingbird moth. Wow. A moth that looks like a hummingbird. Is that what it is? So, yeah, I like the little pocket nature guide. This is amazing. And is this other ones? Yeah, there's more. So I'll actually look to see what these other ones are. And that was this book called Hummers, Hummingbirds of North America. Okay, guys, we're almost to the end, but not quite. So if you watch my channel, you know that I love Traveler's Notebooks. And when I saw this one, I was so excited to see this, especially because it's like a little B5 size notebook. And this is a pretty unique size for a traveler's notebook. B5 for traveler's notebook, this is unique. And it has the different inserts in it. Now, this is not paper quality that I'm normally used to using, but I like the format of these notebooks. Like, this is a month at a glance, and it has an area for birthday and occasions, the top priorities, goals, appointments, notes, and that is the way this book looks throughout. And then it goes into Well Noted, which is a book where you can take just regular notes in here. Then Reach Your Goals. This is a goal tracker. Ultimate goals, smaller goals to reach. This is really, really nice. And then Meal and Grocery. And it has where I can meal prep for the week and do my grocery list. Because normally in my planner, I often use the bottom of the page that in my planners to document the meals that the grocery list that I have to make throughout the week. And this planner even has included stickers at the back, which I thought was really nice. It's stickers. These are page tabs. These are monthly stickers. And you can see this was a very old planner because it went from 2020 to 2022. So that's the only thing that's not effective anymore, but everything else still is. And this, I like this little old calendar. I'm going to still keep it in here because sometimes you like to refer back to, okay, what day did September 15th, which is my birthday, fall on in maybe the year 2000 or something like that. So this goes back to from 2020, 21, 22, and 23. So that's 4 years that this was just past last year. And this is a little card for important dates. So important dates at a quick glance. And this planner is called the Tula 12. Well, there's Tula12.com, but I guess it's a Tula 12 planner. And another thing about this is for vegans, if you are not into, I forgot to mention the pockets on here. There are several different pockets on here. Several different pockets. Oh, my light went out. Let's see if I can raise this light. Okay. So there are several different pockets, front and back. And there's the included rubber band. And this is more of a pleather like planner, so it is vegan friendly. The last items I have to share are this 2-3 stack notebooks, and I purchased this for obvious reasons. I'm not familiar with these notebooks. It's called Flame Tree notebooks, and I was not very excited about the layout of the paper. It has lines on this side and it's blank on that side, and that's how it is throughout the books, but I'm sure I can make them work. And this is a brief glance at what each notebook cover looks like. And I purchased those because they are the perfect size to use as refills for this notebook. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I have a lot here that I am super excited about. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Wave at me. Oh my God. Oh my God.